Hello and welcome to Money Tips. This is Charles Kelly bringing you money tips to help you save, earn, invest, accumulate and enjoy more money. Now, if you're watching this on Facebook, you'll see that I am in fact wearing my mask because there's been two cases already confirmed in the UK today. And although these two people are from Newcastle, which is 300 miles away, you can't be too careful. So I'm wearing this mask. Okay, well, I'll take it off now. I can't speak through this. You probably can't hear me properly. But anyway, there you go. The real purpose of today's broadcast is to tell you that in 30 minutes' time, the UK will be leaving the European Union. Well, it's about 40 minutes actually. And people are celebrating down in Parliament Square where there's music going on. Now, I think people shouldn't gloat about this, but it is a moment to mark in history. So I will have to say cheers. And this is my glass of French wine. It's actually a very nice wine. It's a Saint-Emilion Grand Cru from France. As you can see there, it's from Bordeaux in France, one of the most famous French wine regions, France there. And it's a very nice wine. And, I will continue to drink this. And in fact, the UK is also one of the largest consumers of this stuff. You know, champagne, right? Champagne can only be called champagne if it's made in a certain region in France where you can actually call it champagne. Otherwise, it's sparkling wine, like sparkling wine from California or Australia or wherever, or English sparkling wine, which does win prizes, by the way. Otherwise, you can't call it champagne. But champagne, Britain are one of the largest consumers of champagne and French wine, and earlier today I was eating French cheese. So the point I'm making here is, do you think that when we're out and when we're negotiating trade deals, do you think that France will want us to continue buying their French wine and their red wine and their Bordeaux and their Chablis and their champagne? Well, of course they will, and their cheeses. And do you think the Germans? I was riding in a Mercedes this evening in a cab. Do you think the Germans will want us to keep on buying BMWs, Mercedes, Audis and VWs? Well, of course they will. It's a rhetorical question. Of course they will. So, when we come to negotiate this trade deal, because although we're officially out at 11 p.m. tonight, we've got to still negotiate a trade deal, ongoing trade deal. So things will stay pretty much the same. We're not going to notice that much difference tomorrow morning. Nothing's going to come to a standstill. There won't be food shortages. There won't be shortages of medicine and all that crap that they were telling us earlier. Things will continue as they are, except that we will not be part of the European Parliament, we'll not be part of that gang there, and we won't be part of the decision-making process, but we will be out. Free movement will continue, so people will still be able to come and go and work here, but effectively we're on our way out after 47 years in the European Union. Most people will have grown up being in the European Union. But when we joined the European Union, it wasn't called the European Union, it was called the European Community, and people knew it as the common market. Everyone called it the common market. We're joining the common market because it's a common market. Like in Asia, we have the ASEAN. It's a common area where you can trade without tariffs. And it sounded like a great idea. And we had a referendum in 1975 and people voted to stay in the common market. And there's been many good things about it, but it has changed over the years. We've had treaty after treaty in Maastricht and Rome. From the Treaty of Rome, we've had lots of different treaties which have steadily changed things and made it more like a state, a European United States of Europe, where it almost becomes one ruler within Europe. And of course, we've seen the euro, the European currency, which Britain did not join, thank goodness. And so things have changed, and obviously Europe has expanded since then enormously. And so people felt that things had changed too much, and they felt that it had gone too far. The next thing that they're looking at, well, I think will eventually come, is a European army. We've already got European representatives in terms of embassies and that, but I think the European army will be the next thing. So let's see how that goes. But anyway, the people of the UK decided by 17 million votes to 16 million, I think, to leave the European Union 3 years ago. And tonight is the night. Tonight's the night, folks, when the UK will leave the European Union at 11 o'clock. So I'll be watching the countdown on television, not with a glass of champagne, French champagne, but with a glass of lovely French Bordeaux wine. You know, we all love Europe. We love going to France. I love going to Germany. I love going to Italy. I love Italy. And, you know, we will continue to travel and love to go to these countries and other countries in the European Union. You know, many countries in Eastern Europe that I've visited, Bulgaria, Romania, Latvia, and I can't remember the Vilnius, the city, the capital city. But I've been to many European countries and Germany and had great fun there, and that will continue. And people were travelling to Europe and Spain, of course, Spain many times, Portugal, long before the EU started. So I hope that will just continue. And, you know, we'll all work together and trade together. And, you know, we'll continue to buy this lovely wine and the cheese and the cars. And hopefully they will still continue to use our financial services and buy our lamb and our beef and, you know, fine produce and fish and that sort of thing. So, and I hope this relationship will continue. So all I can say tonight is thanks for tuning in on Facebook Live. Thank you to all those who've watched me, and watch out for that coronavirus, which I don't think it. I think we're not hearing as much about it as we should do, but I don't think there's anything to worry about outside of China at the moment. They have brought people back from China, and they thanks to Andrew there. Yeah, good. Votre santé. So cheers to Andrew there, and I'll be protecting myself with my mask to be careful not to get infected and not to infect you. But I think we'll be okay in the UK. I think those two people in Newcastle have already been taken care of, and they've been, you know, looked after as we do in this country. We've got very good experts on viruses, and I'm sure everything will be okay. So thanks for tuning in, and cheers on Brexit Day, the day that I actually was given the freedom of the City of London in a ceremony this morning. It just happened to be on this day. I didn't know it was going to be Brexit Day. So now I'm a freeman of the City of London, which means I can drive my sheep. Officially, I can drive my sheep across London Bridge without paying taxes. This is an award and a ceremony that goes back to the time of William the Conqueror. It started in 1667. Remember the Battle of Hastings, 1666? Started in 1667. And many, many people have become freemen of the City of London, including Ulysses Grant. More recently, Nicholas Parsons, Harry Redknapp, Princess Diana, Archbishop Tutu and Desmond Tutu, and so many others. I can't even begin. Florence Nightingale, you know, of the nurses fame. So I'm joining the ranks of that. Obviously, in this day and age, nobody's going to drive sheep across the bridge, but it's a ceremonial thing now. But still, a great honour to be had. And it's come through the worshipful company of marketeurs that I'm a member of, the marketeurs or marketing. And thanks for them for getting me through to become a freeman of the City of London. So cheers on Brexit Day, and have a good evening wherever you are. Watch the countdown. It'll be coming up in very few minutes, and we'll speak again on Monday. Thanks for listening. Bye for now. This is Charles Kelly. Bye for now.